Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Today is September 24th. Very excited to hang out tonight. Grab what you need to get comfortable and cozy. I'll see you back here in about 30 seconds. Hi, everybody. So excited to hang out with everybody tonight. I think I'll probably be a little more brief than usual, only because I'm in the midst of a tailbone flare up. And so it's not comfortable to sit. And I also realize I don't sit right. I don't sit correctly in a chair. And I'm sure that's another reason why I'm having the flare up, in addition to the weather changing and all of that. Last week was the bilingual directors meeting, and it was so fun to see old friends. It's kind of like a family reunion in a sense, because it's just nice to be under the same roof as so many people that I really love to be around. So it was nice. A lot of great energy there. I learned a lot of great things. I had some good conversations with folks. I really, really enjoyed the keynote by Dr. Sonia Soltero. I'm like a huge fangirl of hers, and I've been following her on social media for I don't know how long, since I was a baby teacher, you guys. Ever since I opened up my first Twitter account, whenever that was. She's just brilliant, and I refer to her work all the time, and so to hear her speak was really, really cool. And she was just so lovely. I totally ran up to her and was like, "Can I have a selfie?" because I love her so much. And I was like, "Hi, I'm Carly," and she goes, "No, I know who you are." And I was like, and so I immediately we took our selfie, and I about fell over, and I was texting my husband Dr. Sonia Soltero knows who I am. That was such a cool moment for me. He's like, "That's great, babe." And I was like, "No, you don't understand." So anyway, that was a really, really lovely event. I was so excited to hang out and see folks. I was really bummed though, because I got new stickers. I order stickers, and if you see me at conferences, I'll have my little sticker toolbox. I don't even know if you can see these or not. We all belong here. It's kind of a bluish color. This one's really pretty. It says, "Will always advocate for my students." I don't know. I'm not good I'd be a worst influencer ever. Multilingual, strong, and fabulous. Look at the sparkles in that guy. And then this one says, "Wears pink and fights for equity." I'm really excited for those. But it didn't come in time for the bilingual directors meeting. So over the next few weeks and months, I'll have my little sticker toolbox. I wanted to share a few quick upcoming events. So the Multilingual Illinois Conference is happening again, as always, in December. Very excited for that. We'll be back in Tinley Park. Last year we moved from Oak Brook to Tinley Park. This year we'll be at Tinley Park again. Registration is open. I get to keynote on Tuesday, and I'm really, really excited about that. So I'm so pumped. And we have two really, really phenomenal keynote speakers that I have never had the chance to see speak in person, but I've been following both of their work for a bit. So I'm really excited for that. And I've got Limara Colon's book that she co-authored with Adam Welcome. So very excited for the conference. That'll be fun. I'll have my stickers there. And then I wanted to share one that's coming up next month. I'm doing a session, a full day, an institute type of situation with Illinois ASCD in October. I believe we're in Addison, Illinois. And it's centered around the book, Igniting Real Change for Multilingual Learners. So I am really, really excited about that. I don't know. I think there's still spots available for that one. But if you go into the Illinois ASCD website, you should see all the information there. And then I also wanted to tell you guys, so NABE, NABE, the national one, is going to be in Chicago this February. Did y'all know that? Are y'all going to that? I'm really excited for that. So I am so excited. I get to be one of the pre-conference institutes on the Tuesday, like before the actual conference begins. I am so excited. I can't hardly contain myself, you guys. And like all the other pre-conference institutes are phenomenal. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I want to go to all of these. Amy Mosqueda has one. I believe Tina Bean has one, and so many others. And I'm like, oh my God, like they're going to be good. They're going to be good. And if you're following NABE on social media, you see that they're sharing all of the information about like travel and discounts and stuff like that. So check it out. Put in your request now. It's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait for NAVE. I'm very excited for that. So those are 3 events that I wanted to make sure I mentioned. So the Illinois ASCD, that's next month in October. And that's centered around my second book that was just published this summer. And then we have the Multilingual Illinois Conference in December in Tinley Park. And then we also have NAVE in February downtown. That'll be fun. Okay. So I wanted to talk a little bit, excuse me, about one tool that I have been sharing, and I believe we referenced it during our pep rally. And maybe if you follow me on social media, you've probably seen me post about it. I finally got it up on my blog, so I'm very excited for that. But it's these, you guys, it's scratch off stickers. Have you seen like scratch off tickets and stuff? Like I've seen obviously like on lottery tickets, I've seen that, like a scratch off card. But I've also seen like, things that you can win a prize if you scratch this off. You could just buy a roll of these as stickers. What? And so I got the shiniest one. They come in like a regular, like a silver and a gold. But it came in like a giant pack. I don't know how many, 2,000 stickers. Are you kidding? And so I think this has been a really fun tool for me because I'm always looking for stuff that's going to engage students and adults because I do workshops for grownups. And I just keep mine in one of my favorite little $1.25 tree containers. I have so many of these, you guys. But I love these. Oh, I did the influencer thing. See, I could be an influencer. But anyway, I finally got it up on my blog. I'm very excited for it. I'm going to put the link to my blog at the bottom of the screen. But I am going to show you guys if I can figure this out. Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay. And now I'm going to come over here. Wait. Pushing buttons. We're making it work, you guys. Share screen. Just this one. Share. Okay. I think you guys can see it now. So this takes you right to my blog. And the first post that you'll see is the most recent, which is the scratch off funsies for engagement. So once I click in there, this gives you a few quick images for things that I've created so far. I know my friend Michelle, if you were at Michelle Yanong's session at the Bilingual Directors meeting that she did for AI, it was such a good session. She also took an idea and ran with it. And so she has that. I'll see if I can link her work as well because it's fabulous. So I want to show you where I started. So I first started doing this in a workshop for, educators and leaders, and it was all centered on like a strategies thing. And so I asked people to get into partners, and I gave them each just like one strip. So on this page, there's 2, right? And it says the exact same thing. Cool. So I just cut it in half, save paper, whoop. And then I had them go one by one. So each partner would scratch off one little circle at a time. And after the partner, like partner A scratches off the first one, they have to say like, oh, this means, or they might be like, I don't even know what this is, but I'm going to take a guess. or I think this might be about, or I think this might involve, or I think this might include. And then I put up some sentence stems and frames on the screen as they did this. So it was just like a quick little boop, right? Of like, here's a preview of some of the stuff that we're going to talk about. So the problem though with this, in my opinion, is that the text will get really small the more you add to it. So I would just stick to like keywords and phrases if you're going to do this. But it made me think, like, could I put in like vocabulary words or themes in our ELA novel, or historians that we're studying, or scientific phenomena, or chemistry elements, or whatever, right? Like maybe I put some of those things underneath, and partners or groups have to work together and do some type of response as they scratch off what's underneath. So that is one idea. That's where my idea started. So I left it just a blank template, blah, 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 blah. So you can make your own. And then an educator from District 103, if you look down at the notes at the bottom of the screen, you can see I wanted to give her credit because she said, well, Carly, what if you just put in like prompts, just like numbers? And then you just change prompts on the screen. And I was like, that's genius, because that's way less prep. This means that I could make a bunch of these and just keep the numbers out of order, like 1 through 6. That means I only make 6 prompts on the screen. And that way, like if I have to watch Ohio State football on Saturdays forever and ever and ever and ever, I could just print a whole bunch of these bad boys and just plop the stickers on and just keep a stash kind of ready to go somewhere. Isn't that great? I love that. So I love that idea. So I'm going to stop sharing here. And then you can see my face now. So this is just kind of what it looks like, right? So it's just a half a sheet, and it says, what might we be chatting about? Or I change out the prompt. And then I just plop the stickers right onto the circles. That's fun. That's a good time. All right, let's go back in to the blog post. And we go here. And we go here. Okay. So the next one on the blog post is this one. I had a great conversation recently with a high school teacher in the western suburbs, and she was talking about like getting her students up for debates, and she wanted to divide the class. And so we talked about using a randomizer, just like a 1s and 2s kind of thing. So I have those on my students' sorting sticks. I just split the class in half. But this is another way you could do it. And this one, you see like the cut lines are here. So you would print this gives you 6 tools at once. So that's nice. So you only have to print a few of these to cover your whole class. But this will randomly assign if they're for or against an issue. So this might be for like a debate, or it might be for persuasive writing. Like if everybody has the like either this thesis or that thesis, students would like have to find evidence to support their thesis, either for or against an issue. And of course you can like change the wording on these, but these would be nice and tiny. And then this one actually came from my daughter. My daughter thought this idea. She said, what if you use this, Mom, as like a change up on your sorting sticks? And this is just a different entry point into it. And so you'd print, this gives you 4 at once. And this would give you a way to split your class instantly into thirds. So it would be randomized, right? So this first one is written in order, 1, 2, 3, but all the rest of them are out of order. So all the 2s have to work together. All the 1s have to work together. All the 3s have to work together. If I have time, I'm going to try to stretch this out because my sorting sticks, you can instantly make like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 groups. So we'll see how much time I have. This might be like a next weekend project, but that's an easy one to do with the scratch offs, right? I think that's super fun. And then they don't get to see until they reveal, right? Okay. Next, I thought this could be a fun way to explore different roles within collaborative groupings. So if you have 3 different roles, or however many, right? This one's just designed for 3 roles. Maybe you have like a note taker and a speaker and a graphic designer, right? And like they have to make the graphics or the visual supports for whatever the task is that you're having them do. The roles would be identified on the screen. So like number 1 would be the timekeeper or the speaker, and number 2 would be the note taker. So it would be written out somewhere else. And then this is just the randomizer. So this is nice for those times where you really don't need or want to like have it pre-assigned. So like there's definitely a time and place for that, right? We especially want to be like mindful of our newcomer students. So anyway, that's one possibility, right? And on slide 7 currently, it's currently slide 7, it might change, but down towards the bottom, I said, here's where I found out about this idea. And it's the account Hola Bilinguals on TikTok, no S. Follow her because she's fabulous. I don't know her, but this is where I originally got the idea. This is what I said last week. I follow educators across the country and beyond, from pre-K to adult learning, because I love seeing different things that teachers are excited about. And I love saying, how could I take this and, make this something different? And I like to share ideas, and I love to see how other people take it and make it cooler and way different. So anyway, that's where I got the idea from. So I do want to honor her and give her credit because she's the one. And then I also linked where I got my specific stickers. And I said I got the holographic ones because I like the shiny stuff. So yeah. And then there's that, right? And then I said you could stretch your dollar by using these for group work or partner work, so you can make it last a little bit longer. If you're designing in Canva, just make 1-inch circles, right? These are 1-inch circles stickers. My circles on these templates are just slightly larger than an inch. So you can see like there's like a little bit of space around it. For me, in my heart, that's fine. I don't care so much. But I know for some people, it might drive them crazy to not have it perfect. So if that is you have the opportunity to make your own 1-inch circles. And then I also mentioned how I store these things. So that is on the blog now. That is up on the blog. So I'm very excited that is there. And I also invite folks, like, tag me in what you create. Like if you take this idea and do something fun with it, I would truly love to see it. If you want to be featured on my blog, my contact info is in the blog post. So just email me and send me a picture and tell me how it worked. Or say, Carly, no, don't do that. Do this instead because this is way better. Because I think, again, and I give you credit for it. So there's just so many different ways that we could use these things, right? Like the for or against, cover it up. You don't know what you're going to get. The scratch up to reveal the group that you're assigned to do the work, and the group roles. So I don't know. I just think there's so many different ways to use this as a tool. Vocabulary, persuasive writing, oracy statements. But they're just fun. They're just fun. Or you might be someone who's like very much against like the little dust particles it creates. And that's valid. I totally understand that. But like I said, I wanted to keep tonight nice and short. And so I am going to call it a day and go heat my tailbone for a little bit. But I hope everyone's doing well. And I hope to see you all soon so that I can find you and give you a chance to get a sticker from my new stickers. Yay! Okay. Take care, everyone. Have a good evening.